Hello everyone, thanks for clicking on this video. Now please bear with me because there's a right perler at the end, but I've just come back from what I perceive to be the worst fishing session I've ever had in my life. I've been fishing since before I was self-aware, so I'm 41 now, so over 35 years, and I have never had a fishing session like this. Right, there we go. Oh, blimey, right. Yeah, I've lost a fish. I've come fishing after work tonight to catch a few carp, and my technique has worked kind of too well because I'm not set up with a camera or anything like that. I've just used an output ground bait and with pellets in and stuff like that. And sweet corn and all that jazz. And second cast I hooked fish and lost it at the net. Well, I lost it because I didn't have a net set up. So I got my net set back up, set up both of them, big one landed it in there. And yeah, fourth cast. This one's well over 20. I'm going to say about 25 or something like that. But before I get you guys to do anything, I want to photo this one because it's quite a nice looking fish really. So that's wet. That's wet. Get the wrong chuffing unhooking thingy. Just make sure it's zero. It should be zero. I'm going to say 24 or something like that. And I haven't cast back out again because I've only got one rod and there's no one here to help me. So I'm going to transfer that into the net there. It's probably better than that actually. Let's do you on the map. Let's pick you up. I'm not going to this is a pretty fish actually for here. Right, you are in the thingy. Net can go away. Oh, this thing's all trapped up and everything. Yeah, Dave, in his ever non-patientness, left when I lost the first. Left, then I hooked the first fish, and then he came back, sat with me. I said, "Give me 10 minutes, I'll catch another one." He went, "Oh, I'm going home," and he went home, and I caught another one. 2 ounces under 24, so 23.12 or something like that, I don't know. 23.14. I'm going to give it 23.12. Doesn't really matter. Right. Nets are sliding in and all that jazz, but I'm not going to take a photograph, I don't want to. But there we go. On the feeder gear, barbel rod, 12-pound line, chunky fat mirror. In fact, I might get a still of him. Yeah, let's just put him in this retainer for 10 minutes. 2 minutes, there we go, he's in there. Right, I'll try and get a still. I was just trying to get the camera in focus then. I was just throwing the stick for the dog. But I don't think I can. Let me get on these blocks. There we go. Anyway, that's another carp. So we'll just gently pick the rod up. yeah, carp number 3. Can you see me? Yeah. So that was cast number 6, 7. Just put a big pellet on, and I'm into carp number 3. I've got about maybe half an hour of daylight left. It looks like I'm going to have to pack all this lot up in the dark. But if I can get this one in, I might be able to get another couple of casts in and maybe land another fish. But I literally threw the stick for the dog, jumped on the camera, was trying to focus it, and the rod ripped off. So sorry if I'm out of focus, probably am. Just trying to do the best for you guys, and whilst enjoying my fishing as well. So yeah, these fish are big by your standards, not by France standards. It's a runs water, that's why I'm on the barbel rod, because I could sit there with the beepers and all the 3 rods and all that jazz, but they really love the ground bait, they love the method feeder, and you're too busy, you don't get a chance to sit down like when you've got multiple rods out. So Dave did all day yesterday, I think it was, for 2 fish, and I've done 3 hours so far. Oh, it's just come off. Bust me. That bust me. That bust me main line. Oh well. Why did that bust me? Oh my god. That was on the bottom. That is shredded. Oh well. That is shredded, that last metre or something. You won't be able to see that, but that is absolutely shredded. Should have given it more teddy. In fact, that's the stop knot for me sliding back lead, flying back lead. And I think that was around a rock. So I'm going to slide it up to the point where the line's decent again. And just put another rig on. Small hooks, that was a size 10 I think. Yeah, I can feel it here, so all that line is shredded. That's not good odds actually, I'd like to have had that fish. And I'm not going to show you how I do it because I've got to get another bait on quick and get back out quick. What I do so I've got my flying back lead up there and my stop. Then I get a feeder upwards of 30 grams. You don't want anything less than 30 grams. And a lot of them have stuck extra lead on the bottom of them for a bit more teddy. Slide the back stop up. Tail rubber, sorry, not backstop. Then slide my feeder on. Then I'll do a twisted loop. You probably can't see that. Yeah, that definitely got me around the rocks, did that one. And on the end of my twisted loop goes a ring swivel. I don't know where they are. I'm hoping they're in here somewhere. I'm hoping there's one in here. Or a swivel. You know, it doesn't have to be a ring swivel, but a swivel. Can't find one. There's one. that basically completes the rig. Simple as you like. That'll move, slide if it gets snagged or whatever. That's only there to keep everything pinned down, but the swivel clicks into the bottom of the feeder. Comes that. Tail rubber goes over the top, makes it all nice and streamlined. That line is I'm going to say good enough, but there's a bit of damage there. Oh well, got to hook him to lose him, that's what I say. And then I need another hook length, and I don't know where my hook lengths are. And my hook length is literally a hook tied to a piece of braid. Here we go. Got a few made up in here. Sharp enough. That's my hook length. That one's got a bit of a kicker on it, but just to kind of extend the shank. So it's a size 10, and there's some 12-pound line attached to that fish as well, but I'm not that fussed. It's not a tether rig, nothing, everything slides. It'll shed that hook. I mean, you don't see them trailing hooks on here. They get caught a lot, but I'm using such a small hook that fish probably won't even know it's in its mouth, you know. So it's a hook on a line. That was on a bigger pellet, so I'm going to do the same again. Get a big pellet. Oh, it's just starting to cool down now. I should have brought a jumper. I'll do a part 2. I think I'll come in the morning, tomorrow morning, because I've got so much bait left. It was such a short session tonight. So it's just literally a pellet on a hook. This cast anyway. Fill the feeder up. 1, 2. Shame about that really, because that should have been a fish in the net really. Okay, I've landed 1, but I've lost 2 more, so that's not good odds. And then fill it up, and that's going out. Oh. I'm in 20 foot of water there. And that's it. Now sit back and relax. Wait for another screamer. Throw the stick for the dog. You watch that rod for me, folks. Screamer again. Let me talk you through what's been going on, right? Every time I come roach fishing I get played by carp. So this time I thought, right, I'm going to fish for the carp on the barbel rod. So most of my reels have seized up with ground bait and all that jazz. I've got one other reel that's in a Kuma and is doing well. So I went to the tackle shop yesterday after I went to get some x-rays on my head and bought this new reel. It's got a rear drag facility, and it's and a Kuma. So it's fairly good quality. So I thought we need that for the drag. So coupled with this barbel rod, works out quite nice. And I was been working today, so I was supposed to go and get my x-rays. Well, I couldn't be bothered. I got to the lake about 5 to 5. I just didn't think I'd make it in time to the hospital before it closed and all that jazz. So I'll do that Monday. And so I'm setting my gear up. Dave turns up. Waffle, and I'm fishing on the rocks. It's not the most comfortable place to fish. It's a place called the Pink Flip Flop Swim. Or that I've called the Pink Flip Flop Swim anyway. And yeah, he disappeared. And then I hooked a fish. So I phoned him. And he came back. And the hook fell out just as he arrived. So, and I didn't even have a landing net set up. And it was a good 20. So fine. Given 2 more casts, and he'd buggered off again by that time, and then I had that 23 and a bit pounder, 24 pounder or whatever it was. So this is my 5th cast. I've just had a sandwich now, just managed to relax a bit. I've had to get all the unhooking mats out and all the jazz and all the doodahs just for this fish, for the fish safety job. And I thought I'd weigh it, but it was supposed to be a carp session. Now I am getting a lot of bites. And that's a good, but I'm wanting to give him like 10-minute casts, 10 and 15-minute casts, simply because I want the carp to find it. I've been catapulting out ground bait, which is that. Can you see that? There's too much light around. And it's just munger. That's all it is. There's nothing special in there. And that's my loose feed. And then my main ground bait is just a standard method mix fish meal. So that's got no feed in it whatsoever apart from the hook bait. It's Census 2000, 3000 something like that. Hook baits are just usual boilies and pellets and stuff like that. These are sauce boilies and some funky pellets in there. I have got some more hook baits somewhere around here. Look, there we go. What have we got in here? Just got to keep an eye on that rod. Oh, some different pellets, different boilies and stuff. So there's absolutely, yeah, can you see them? So there's absolutely no secrets whatsoever. But I am fishing for big carp, and I'm say big, I say 20s and 30s. So that was cast number 5. That's been in the water for about 10 minutes now, and I've had an outbook liners on it. I'm going to recast that, hopefully get a chance to roll a cigarette, and I'll probably, oh, there we go, look. See, I am getting liners, I am getting bites, which indicates, yeah, there's still bait on. There isn't, I don't think there's a load of ground bait around the hook. I don't know, I can't tell. I know there's fish in the swim, there always is. But I could put a spom load of loose ground bait in just before I recast, and by the time my feeders hit the bottom, that loose ground bait should be coming somewhere near the hook, and bang, I've got a carp. But Poppy's just been sick. Are you alright, Pops? You've probably been eating things. I always double dip my feeders. Always. Because there's so many fish in here. So first one gets a layer on, and then I put my bait in. And then usually use the mould, but this time I'm using my hand. Just to loose a layer of a good squeeze, because I'm in 30 foot of water, 20 foot of water. Good squeeze. Not go. Got a little flying back lead up there for no other reason than I only want bites, I don't want line bites. Bang between them two spawns there. So this is the swim. Waistling, unhooking mat for down the edge. Big net for big fish, little fish for little net for little fish. In there is a bag of boilies, spare bag of boilies, some scales, some empty plastic bags, big ground bait sieve there, another plastic bag. In that bucket is feed ground bait, sweet corn, boilies, pellets. In that is method mix ground bait. There's my fags and some billet pans and a few bits and pieces in there, my lens cap. Hook baits, big pellets, little boilies. There's my rod. That's been in there for 2 minutes now, so might be getting a bite any second. This is quite a nice little contraption here for me spom rod. You can ram it in the rocks and it's a counterbalance, so it keeps the rod off the rocks. Saves setting up a roost and all that jazz, because I've only got 2 rods. There's my rod hold all, and there's loads of rods in there that I'll never use. That ground bait sieve is on its way out. It's got loads of spiky bits, keeps breaking, keeps cutting my skin. What's in this bucket? Spare hook baits, some boilie stops, bits of line. I'd bring pull from an odd sweet corn can. In that bag, loads of rangam, some spare hook baits, dog lead, spare reels, bit of this, bit of that. And then there's some big landing nets and I don't know why I brought my bivvy, but it lives in my unhooking mat, so I wonder why it's so chuffing heavy. But that's a big landing net for super huge fish, and I might get a 40. But there's the swim. I think I'm coming back tomorrow morning. Got that so much bait left, and look, the sun's just gone down. So I think I've got to come back tomorrow morning. Refine my tackle a bit. Right, that's it. I'm packing up. I lost another one in the snags. There's a big snag to my left. Cuts me off. There's something sharp out there, really sharp. That's 3 landed, 1 lost. No, 3 lost, 1 landed. 23 pounder. Look at a beautiful evening, but it's too dark to see now, so I'm going to pack up, refine this tackle, and get here first thing in the morning. But look at that, that's not bad, is it, eh? Literally first cast the day after, and I'm into a fish. I haven't even chanced to bloody roll my cigarette yet. I've only been half an hour, and that was literally first cast. But I think it's gone over this big nasty mussel bed that I lost 2 fish on yesterday. There's a lot of nasty stuff out to the left, and it's gone left. I let it take a lot of line on the bite, and yeah, it's powered off left, and hopefully it's gone a lot further left now. So hopefully it's gone over the worst of the snags. It's either a mussel bed. I think it's a big couple of rocks. Do you know what I mean? A rock with a load of zebras on it, or something like that. But I couldn't. Well, I can't believe it. I mean, I've got me. I've got a little cup of tea on the go, a little thermos flask full of tea, which I put a Fox sticker on, and chucks it out, rolled the fag. That's how far down the fag I am, and I'm into a carp. So luckily I've set both my nets up first thing. Oh, right, yes, yeah, so, right, I've been here, it's 37 minutes past 8 now, so I've been here for 37 minutes. Conditions are absolutely perfect. Slight breeze, warm, blowing into my face. Bit of a mizzle in the rain in the air as well. I put like maybe half a kilo of boilies in before I left last night just to hold them. And then as soon as I arrived, because the ground bait's been mixed up, I put 6 small balls of ground bait in. first thing this morning, just as I was setting the tackle up, a catapult range. So that's hopefully got, well, it has got them on the bed, and it has got them munching the ground bait. And yeah, first cast on the method feeder, and I'm into a fish. You don't really need to know the ins and outs of what's going on. It doesn't feel huge. Staying deep, and it's probably right over the top of my swim now, but if I can get him in, first thing I'll do is put some more ground bait out. It's like, this is a hybrid between match fishing, match carp fishing and specimen carp fishing. Basically, you've got to keep the feed going in. You know, look at the size of the venue, it's chuffing huge, it's 500 acres. And there's fish to over 40 pound in here. So you get a lot of specimen carp, lads. And with me, it was like the penny had dropped, you know. I was getting a lot of carp on the method feeder when I was roach and bream fishing, and getting less carp on the carp gear when I was carp fishing. So this is a hybrid between the two. Yeah, there we go. I can feel it now on the snag. Oh, come on. Yeah, cut me off, bastard! There is so much sharp out there. Bastard. That's 3 in that fucking snag now. I'm putting a shock leader on. Bastard. That is sharp and all, whatever it is. That is very sharp. Like a razor. Like a freaking razor. That's 12 pound line and all. Bastard. Bastard. Oh well. Safe rig's just a running feeder up the line, and it'll just throw the up. They're only some tight size 10s anyway. I did put a shock leader on first thing, a braided one. I couldn't get the knot to set properly, so I tried twice and it wouldn't set. So I sacked it off. That's just cost me a fish. I'll bang I think I've got some 25 pound fluorocarbon knocking around here somewhere. I'll have a look. Alright, and this is second cast, and that's how far down our first fag I started. I haven't even had a chance to bloody light my fag again. I thought this was a bream. I mean, I put 15 pound shock leader on this time, and I was just giving it some teddy. I thought it was a bream, and it came and came and came and came and came, and then it's just livened up again. Livened up, so definitely a carp. Second cast. Jesus. Put 4 more balls of ground bait in, put a 15 pound shock leader on. Let's see if I can't get him in. I'm going to concentrate on this because I want to show you this fish. Fucking bastard razor blade factory out there. Done me again. I don't know what the hell it is, but that fish was well off the bottom. Can you see that? That's frayed as hell. That fish was well off the bottom. I had a 15 pound shock leader on. It went right, and it was up in the water. I know it was up in the water, and it literally just touched something. I can fit. It just touched it. It says high abrasion resistance on this Suffix line. Thrown the packaging away, so I can't tell you. High abrasion resistance, my arse. When that's under tension, it goes like bloody cotton. Good. Yeah, I had some teddy on it, but I'm not stepping up my bloody line strength. That's 12 pound line. That should be strong enough. That's fucking 4 fish I've lost to that snag now. Just to the left of this swim. Fuck only knows what it is. It's a razor blade factory. I think it's a shitload of these rocks with a fucking load of swan mussels on it, or something, or a chain, or a buoy with under the water with a load of mussels on it, or something like that. Something coming up off the bottom. You can see here. That's a stick. That's a bit of rebar. In fact, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Come have a look with me. I'm on a dam wall, and this is the farthest swim you can fish with I'm in the nose fishing zone, and what it is, there's a line of really thick rebar here, metal that's holding the lake together. And there's one here, there's one 50 metres that way, there's one 50 metres behind me. Seems about right. I bet there's another one out there. I bet that structure, I bet that's holding the bloody lake together. Because I think that was up off the bottom, like, you know, if you can imagine. See that metal pin there, wherever it is there. Over time, when they built the lake, everything, all the rocks out there have sunk, and that could be 5, 6, 7, 8 foot off the bottom. Quite easy, coming straight up. God, there's another carp there and all. So yeah, looking in that line there, that's what they're getting me round. 4 I've lost in that snag now, and 4 feet. Get out the way. And 4 feeders, and left 4 hooks in 4 different fish. That I'm not happy about. I'll have to do the same again now. I've got no other options really. Fucking fun police are coming down the bank and all up there. They're park rangers, but they always tell me to put the dog on the lead, and they might tell me to fuck off, but I'm legally fishing, so gutted. Put another couple of spoms in, another spot shop leader. I think I might fish just a bomb or something like that, just to try and lose the bomb on the take, and they might come up in the water. I can't help but laugh. I can't help but laugh. Do you want to know what's happened? Do you really want to know what's happened? I'm going to tell you. Just lost a rod, a reel, the lot. The story goes, got a carp rod out of the bag, £15 line, £25 shop leader, £15 hook length, size 4 hook, 60 gram method feeder. You bastards aren't getting away from me. So chucked it out, put it on the rests, slackened the drag off to what I thought was loose enough. So I did slacken the drag off. It should have taken line. Literally stepped off the box to get my flask, and the rod was in. Literally in. It bent my rear rod rest. I bent it back now, but that didn't grip it. That was flat. There was so much teddy on the rod that it bent my rod rest, and it catapulted into the water. And as it shot in, it touched the fucking rod butt, and it was that split second of going after the rod, and by that time it was gone. It was gone. It was into the deep. It was into the. I've been casting around with a spom rod, and there's that so many snags out there, and that so many mussels that it's cutting my spom rod off on £35 braid. It's cut it off once anyway, so I've just put another cast out now whilst I'm calming down with a cup of tea. I haven't had a nibble, and I'm not expecting to. I don't really want to lose a fish, but I thought I'd calm down because I am livid. I'm shocked. I should have got in. I mean, it just unbelievable. 35 years of fishing, and I've never lost the rod before. But it can happen to the best of us. I mean, you can do everything right. Not many people show that on the YouTube channel, but I do. Because I've now had 4 fish lost this morning, 3 yesterday, landed 1. It is not ethical fishing. And I've got to get the snorkel out tomorrow or tonight or whenever, and I'm going to go in for it. It's got to be around here somewhere. Hopefully it's snapped the line or cut me off. I mean, I don't see why it hasn't cut me off with a fucking rod. Do you know, I mean, you shouldn't be towing a bloody rod around with it. There's the bite. Oh, got to make sure I put the bait run on. That's why I bought a bait runner. Gonna smoke a fag, fish this cast out, and I'm going home. I'm gonna get my gear and I'm gonna go and I might bring like monster carp tackle here and trawl it with 3 rods, fish it and trawl it at the same time, you know. Try and hook that rod.